Hi guys, this is Abhishek again. As you all know, 3 months ago I bought the Xbox Series S, unboxed it right here in front of you guys, and now I'm here to deliver my honest review after around like 500 hours of gameplay. I wanted to invest some time into it so I can deliver, the basic pros and cons of buying a machine like this. So I'll be keeping a few parameters in these videos that I think you should consider before buying an Xbox or before buying any gaming console. So we'll go through these parameters one by one, and without wasting any time, let's begin. Now the first parameter is actually the gameplay and the performance, which I think should be the first thing you should look for whenever you're buying a console or even a gaming PC. At the end of the day, what we want to do is, connect it to our monitor, connect it to our TV and start playing games. Whenever you're buying a console या फिर gaming PC कुछ भी खरीद रहे हैं तो सबसे पहले हमारे दिमाग में ये आता है how would the games look, what would be the frame rates, कौन से गेम चलेंगे कौन से नहीं चलेंगे. So I know on paper Xbox Series S थोड़ा हल्का लग सकता है compared to PS5 or Xbox Series X. But my personal experience has been that for a normal gamer or for an average gamer, which is like 95% of us, the difference is hardly measurable. Games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Forza Horizon 5, which are quite demanding on the graphics, even those games you're able to play like flawlessly and they look visually good as well, believe me on that. When it comes to 1080p gaming, I think it's the best machine that you can buy for this price. Although I would like to mention, if you're using 1440p, there are some games which play on 30 frames per second. For example, whenever you install Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it will give you an option to either go for performance or either go for visuals. So that's a compromise that you'll have to make when it comes to some of those, games. Or I have played Forza Horizon 4 on it, which I also play on my computer, which has like an RTX 2060, which is like right now a card which would be worth more than this. But I personally think that there is no difference at all, especially for optimized games. There are a few games which have been optimized for the Series S and X, and you can hardly notice a difference while playing games. Visually they look great. But it does become quite hot. This fan right here is not really able to keep it cool at that particular time. But I've hardly ever noticed difference like a frame rate drop or something like that. So at the end, मैं ये कहूँगा कि if you have a 4K TV where you would be able to notice a difference between 30 FPS and 60 FPS or even 90 FPS. So if you're kind of a person जिसको 60 और 90 FPS के बीच का फर्क यूँ पता चल सकता है, maybe not for you. I would say if you're that kind of a gamer and if you have that finicky of an eye, go for a higher priced console which has more teraflops, which has more performance. But for an average Joe like me who just likes to play games in their spare time, this is actually a really good machine and you'll be hardly able to notice any difference at all. Now parameter number 2, and which I personally think hugely enhances the attractiveness of the Xbox Series S or even X, is the Game Pass. By paying 800 rupees per month, you are getting access to thousands of games which are not like any usual games but the best games out there. Just to name a few: Halo Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 4, NBA 2K21, FIFA 21, even GTA now. And these is just like the tip of the iceberg. There are a lot of games that you can play just by paying a fee of like those 800 rupees. I would say the Game Pass is the only factor right now जिसकी वजह से Xbox Series S is better than a PS5. I would go ahead and say that on record, because with Game Pass you're getting access to all those games without spending much money on it. The sheer number of games that you get on the Game Pass, it's just amazing. You have games for everyone. Your brother can play it, your family members can play it. You just need to install them. You're just paying a fee which is equivalent to like a Netflix subscription. So I think definitely something that you should look about whenever you're buying a console. The Game Pass is a really good thing and you should know about it. On the other hand, if you're not someone who's willing to pay the premium of 800 rupees per month for the Game Pass, I won't really recommend going for the Xbox Series S, because इसके साथ you can't really use your discs because it doesn't have an optical drive, and you'll have to buy each game at its own. For example, GTA 5 is 2000 rupees. On the other hand, if you buy Game Pass for 800 rupees a month, you'll be able to play it. But then again, it's like a recurring cost. Not everyone wants to go for it. But I personally think it's a great deal, but it depends on you. And if you're going for the non-Game Pass experience, I would say buy an Xbox Series X at least you'll have an optical drive. You can buy games, you can buy second-hand games, you can trade games. So that's always a plus when it comes to something with an optical drive. Now, parameter number 3, which I think is something you should totally know before buying the Xbox Series S, is the storage. So something which has been hugely advertised for the new generation consoles, even the Xbox and the PS5, are the load times. With these consoles, you have an internal SSD which makes a huge difference. So koi bhi game, you try to load it and it loads within seconds. So that's something really great. But the downside with the Xbox Series S is that it only comes with 500 gigabytes of storage, which after the OS and the additional files which are already on there, just gives you around like 360 or 364 gigabytes. And आजकल के गेम्स अगर एक बार GTA, Red Dead Redemption ये सब डाल लिया तो 3-4 गेम डालते ही that space is utilized और हम और गेम नहीं डाल पाएंगे. So with the Game Pass, you have access to these thousands of games, but you can only install 5 or 6 out of them. So that's something that really gives you a headache and really gives you an itch. So we have the storage expansion card, which is around 24,000 rupees. मैं तो बिल्कुल भी recommend नहीं करूँगा लेना. My personal solution has been this external hard drive, which was an old one, but it's like 7200 RPM. So I've been able to add this additional storage to my Xbox Series S and install games on it. And believe me guys, the experience was totally hassle free. You just need to plug a cable in to the Xbox Series S. It automatically detects it. It tells you to like format, and once formatted, you will be able to install games on it. It's as simple as that. This has been something which is really great for me. Although you might be compromising on those load times because internal SSD जैसा performance you cannot expect with an external hard drive. So my tip for you guys is जो game आपके Xbox Series S के लिए optimized है, put them on the internal hard drive so you don't experience that lag while loading those games. And games which are not optimized, let's say a few older generation games which are still playable, for example GTA 5, it's not optimized yet, so you can add that to this hard drive and it does work brilliantly. So that has been my go-to solution, and I would totally recommend buying an external hard drive for this, and that's totally worth it. Although I would say don't buy the expansion slot. With those 24,000 rupees that you'll be spending on it, buy a better console or even buy a gaming PC. That's more worth it. But the expansion slot, totally not for me, and I don't think it should be for anyone. Now let's talk about compatibility. Now that's one of the parameters where actually the Xbox is really the king. Because अगर आपने PS5 खरीदा and you have a PS4 controller, you can't really use it. But with the Xbox Series S, it's different. You can use older generation controllers as well. You can use wired controllers as well. I have tried a few third-party ones as well, and they work just fine. So that's something that you should always keep in mind. And इसके साथ जो Xbox Live वाले games थे for Xbox 360, those are still available. For example, Skate 3 was such a huge hit. You can still go out and play them. I have seen a few people who went into the developer settings and they were able to play retro games on it as well. So that's a huge additional point when it comes to the Xbox Series S. On the other hand, अगर आपको एक नया controller buy करना है, it's around 5,000 rupees, which I know is a little expensive, but believe me guys, hands down, this is the best controller that I've ever played with, especially after the update which came around a month ago. The haptic feedback and the vibration, it's really good. Whenever you're playing NBA 2K21, you know, all the ball bumps you can feel. Whenever you're accelerating on Forza Horizon 5, you can feel the acceleration in your controller. So really something that I was looking forward to, and it really did not disappoint me. So thumbs up for this controller, really worth it. If you're going to need one for your partner, go ahead and grab it right now. The good thing about this controller is you can use it on your PC as well. I know people have been saying all sort of things about the PS5 controller, that it starts drifting, the buttons are going bad. But after 3 months, I've not noticed any issues. So totally a thumbs up for the controller, totally a thumbs up for the compatibility. If you have one lying around, you'll be able to use it. So something that you should keep in mind. Now with point 5, I'll address the elephant in the room, which is known as 4K. And when it comes to the resolution of Xbox Series S, it's not really 4K supported. It gets 1440p, which is not even true 1440p. It's upscaled from 1080p. So behind the scenes, it's rendering all the games in 1080p, so it's using some techniques which really enhances it to 1440p. Now, one key thing that you should know is that if you have a 4K monitor or a 4K TV, I would say spend those extra bucks, go for a PS5 or go for a Series X. because you'll be missing out on a lot. But for someone like me and all of my friends that I have, they have been very happy with the Xbox Series S and the 1080p experience with it. For the coming 2 years, I can say that you're not really missing much if you're not playing on true 4K, unless you have a massive TV and you want to see each and every pixel on it. This thing really works fine for 1080p. I have been enjoying it a lot, and at the end of the day, it will be visual candy for your eyes. The way that some games are optimized, I was really amazed that a thing like this can perform such good. The parameter number 6 is actually the one जो Xbox Series S ही table पे लाया हमारे लिए, which was never discussed before it, is the actual portability. Now, as you guys can see, this is a really small console. So if you wanted to travel with it, you can just put it in your backpack, just have the controller, a few wires, and you're good to go. So for students or for hostel goers, who need to like travel a lot, घर आना है, hostel जाना है, this is a really interesting prospect. You should consider it. It's almost as easy carrying it as a laptop. So something you should keep in your mind. I have seen a few people on Instagram who travel with their Xbox Series S everywhere. So that is something which you should keep in mind. If you travel a lot, if you go a lot of different places, you can carry it around easily, and it's quite sturdy. I have carried it around on one trip and nothing got broken. It feels quite sturdy as well. So totally a thumbs up if you plan on traveling having this one. So now guys, the biggest question, should you buy one? I mean, I would honestly say I don't know. Go through all the parameters that I just went through. It's really easy for me to say that I'll buy it again, keeping all those factors in mind. But yes, if you're looking to game in 1080p, if you don't want to go into the hassle of seeing how many frames you're getting per second, or if you just like to enjoy your gaming experience, this is totally a machine for you. With 34,000 rupees, you can't really go wrong with it. इतने पैसे में एक लैपटॉप भी नहीं आएगा ढंग का. So totally a thumbs up with the Xbox Series S. It's really a great machine for the price. And if you want to buy it, be my friend. I'll mention my gamer tag somewhere for the Xbox, and please make sure you send me a friend request so we can play games together. Thank you so much for your love, guys. My first video was really amazing. I was like really amazed by how many views that I got. So if you're new to the channel, please view that one as well. Like, subscribe, and you know the drill. So keep watching, and thank you so much.